Hey, what is up people? This is Johnny and welcome to another Pokemon Go tip video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to be prepared before you battle a Pokemon gym around your neighborhood in Pokemon Go. So anyways, the first things that I want to mention is that gyms are getting more difficult because people are progressing in the game and leveling up to higher levels. This will be difficult for different people because the higher the level they get, the stronger the Pokemon get. For example, their combat power is going up in strength. Now, there's still gyms that are pretty weak with low level Pokemon, which could be probably like at 100 combat points, depending on the area that you are. But the most gyms that everybody's been taking over are probably at a high level by now because people have been playing Pokemon Go non-stop. So, in order to defeat a gym, the first thing that you have to do is prepare your Pokemon. Now, I don't recommend going and facing a gym completely by yourself. I recommend that you always prepare your Pokemon before you actually face a gym. For example, let's go look at my Pokemon. If you have level 875 combat power or combat points, that is a pretty strong Pokemon. And depending on the gym that you're at, you have to get a decent amount of Pokemon to that level that will be able to compete in the gym and defeat other Pokemon. The other thing that you have to look forward in a gym is that you have to find strong Pokemon moves. For example, this one has Confusion and Shadow Ball, which is a 40 damage and a 12 damage. That's actually a pretty decent Hypno. It isn't the best, but it's a pretty decent damage. And let me show you this Pidgeot. This one has a Hurricane attack, which is 60. 60. That is freaking strong. That attack will do some major damage against other Pokemon, especially if you level up the Pidgeot with the combat points or combat power. That will make this Pokemon even stronger if you keep leveling it up. The key is to level up a certain Pokemon. I recommend that you level up one first to like 1,000 or 2,000 maybe later on. Or level it up to the highest level that you can. And then look at the moves of the Pokemon. Because the moves, if they're stronger and they have a stronger attack, they're going to do a more amount of damage against your opponent Pokemon. Also, another thing that you have to consider is that you have to look at the weaknesses of different Pokemon. You have to learn a little bit about the Pokemon weaknesses. For example, if you fight a grass type Pokemon, you're gonna need a fire type in order to defeat it and give more damage to that Pokemon. Although you can still battle it even if it's at a lower level. So that's what I recommend. For example, another thing that I wanted to mention, when looking at the moves of certain Pokemons, look at this Scyther. This Scyther has X-Scissor with 30 damage. But now look at this other Scyther. This one has 50 Bug, Buzz, and Steel Wing. That's actually more stronger, and I recommend leveling up the more stronger Pokemon. Because the more stronger Pokemon is going to give you the advantage of defeating your opponent in a Pokemon gym. But anyways, the first thing that I will always recommend is that you start getting a lot of Stardust, because Stardust is going to be one of the most essential things that you need in Pokemon Go. You can't buy it, you can't do anything. You have to go capture Pokemon in order to gain Stardust and do certain tasks in the game to gain Stardust. The Stardust levels up your Pokemon, and that I think is the most important thing in Pokemon Go, getting Stardust and leveling up your Pokemon before you take on a gym. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of footage about the gym area, and I'm going to explain a couple of things. Let's go. Hopefully we can click away from to this gym, even though it's like really far. This guy has a Hypno. As you can see, his combat power level is 711, and this gym level is level 3. That means there will only be 3 Pokemon in this location that you can battle. Sometimes they only put 2, but usually some put 3 when they're making to a higher level. The higher the level, the more Pokemon they can put. Syrian Loki has this, which is a pretty strong Pokemon. But it's defeatable. As you can see, my Hypno is a bit stronger than his, so I can actually beat it. He has a Weezing 750. If I have like a couple Pokemon at 800, 900, I can beat it. Vaporeon is not really that strong, as you can see. They're actually pretty weak, and they're possible. You can definitely beat him if you want. This isn't that difficult for you to defeat him because they're a pretty low level. This gym is at low level, but you're gonna have to take it down at least 3 times in order to downgrade it experience points and then take it over before battling this gym. So make sure to learn the weaknesses of Pokemon. In my opinion, that's a good tactic to do. Make sure to level the hell out of different Pokemon in order to defeat a gym. Anyways, those are pretty much all my tips before you face a Pokemon gym. I'll probably be doing a video when I'm facing a Pokemon gym with some gameplay footage facing that gym. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.